Good evening, everyone. I hope we're all feeling super energized after that to get into the next informative segment, because I am. I'd first like to thank Prabhuji for his very insightful lessons earlier. I'd also like to thank the performers that went right before me for really raising the energy level in the room. That makes my job a lot easier. Hello, everyone. My name is Nandini Seetharaman, and it's such an honor to be in front of you all tonight. I'm hoping I can get through this. I got sick a couple days ago, so sorry if my voice is a little rough. But a little about me. I've been volunteering with Ekal Vidyalaya for over 10 years now. I started when I was in 9th grade, and in that time, I've gained immeasurable experiences. I've met incredible people, honed my organizational and communication skills. I've set up fundraisers, I've written grants, and I've given lots of presentations, much like tonight. And perhaps most meaningfully, I've gone on 3 internships with Ekal to different parts of rural India. When I was asked to speak today, I wasn't sure what to focus on. There are so many things I could talk about, but I decided to share 3 lessons that I've learned from over a decade with Ekal. First, what I think really sets Ekal apart, in my opinion, is its focus on sustainability. Every initiative is designed to empower the community itself. It's like that old saying, give a man to fish, you'll feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, you'll feed him for a lifetime. That's exactly what Ekal does. The teachers in Ekal schools are all villagers themselves. All the health initiatives are run by sevikas, who are village women trained in preventative medicine. Farmers are trained in Poshan Vatika, which is organic farming training, so they can continually generate high yields from the same land for many years. The point is, after Ekal enters a village, they're not needed there forever. The community learns, teaches others, and supports itself. And that's the way it should be. Ekal does not simply provide aid, but rather it inspires growth. And I think that is the ideal model for an NGO. My second lesson from Ekal is more personal in nature. I'm Indian American, obviously. I was born and raised here in Massachusetts. Where's my Shrewsbury people? Yeah! Woo! Okay. Speaking candidly from the Indian American perspective, I think a lot of us have confusing relationships with our Indian side. India's the place that your parents take you on summer vacation. It sometimes doesn't feel equally important, and I think for some Indian Americans it can be a source of confusion, apathy, or distance. For me, my internships with Ekal are what really transformed my view of India from my parents' country into my country. By genuinely spending time in different places and moving with a lot of different people, I got to see the many layers that India has to offer. Its warmth, its hospitality, its vibrant colors, and its deep sense of community. I strongly believe that all my Indian American peers should make an effort to truly visit India, not just seeing your extended family, but really going into the country so they can forge their own relationship with India. And I'm always grateful that Ekal gave me that initial opportunity to build my own connection with India. For my final lesson, I would like to share an anecdote. In 2017, I spent a day in a village called Gadarpo in Jharkhand. It was about an hour-and-a-half drive northwest of Ranchi. And the drive there was beautiful. There was so much green, hills popped up, rice paddies stretched into the horizon. When I got to the village, I got to teach English and science to the local kids, and they were very excited to learn. And after that, the village sevika, Sakuntala, invited me to eat a late lunch in her home. She poured water from a pot, and I washed my hands. Then I sat on the floor and ate a really fulfilling meal of rice, dal, beans, and spinach that she had grown herself. It was simple, and it was delicious. That moment really made a lasting impression on my heart. I still remember the taste to this day. We had never met before, but I felt very comfortable in her home. In Gadarpo, only some people have electricity, and no one has running water. Everyone uses open-air toilets. Yet, when I was there, I could see that everyone was genuinely content with their lives. I hope that we can all learn to be just as happy and hospitable. Now, I learned all these lessons from spending time in several different Ekal villages. Not just reading statistics, but actually being there with people. This is why I think everyone should visit an Ekal village at least once. It will transform the way that you view your own life and motivate you to become a better person. However, I understand that isn't necessarily easy to do. After all, Ekal's mission stretches to the highest mountains and the deepest jungles. Many of these schools and resource centers are far off the beaten path, and it can be difficult to get there. In fact, when I went as a high schooler, I had to do a lot of planning and coordination to DIY the experience. That's why I'm so excited about Yuva Udan's new internship program. We've created a formal framework that makes it easier for more young students to visit Ekal schools and experience the same transformation that I did. But don't hear it just from me, let's see it for ourselves. I'd like to share a video of Mahi, Myra, Rohan, Mihir, and Myra's recent internship in August. This was the pilot Ekal Yuva Udan internship, and these students went to Songadh, Gujarat, and Chhindwara in Madhya Pradesh. Please play the video.
Bharat is more than a land. It is wisdom, values, and spirituality woven into everyday life. In rural and tribal belts, millions of children face challenges, lack of education, and little exposure to opportunities. Their creativity often remains hidden, their dreams unfulfilled. Ekal Abhiyan emerged as a solution with a simple yet powerful idea. One teacher, one school, one village. With global support, it has become a movement connecting people worldwide to the spirit of Bharat. Yet, for many children abroad, this soul of Bharat remains distant, seen only in books or monuments. Ekal Yuva Udan bridges this gap, bringing young minds back to the roots of villages, culture, and tradition. A program that invites children from across the world to experience India's villages. They bring skills in sports, computers, and arts, and in return, learn village traditions. Here, they don't just see Bharat, they live it, eating food cooked on a chulha, bowing to the sacred soil, and realizing that sustainability and culture are one, and even joining villagers in Gau Mata Ki Seva. In 2024, the journey began in Chhindwara, when two sisters came to their native village. With brushes and colors, they painted themes of nature and conservation. Encouraged by this success, in 2025, the program expanded to Chhindwara and Songadh with a group of 5 youths, Mahi, Myra, along with Mihir, Rohan, and Myra Yari. It became a lively skill interchange program. Basketball met rural ground. Acrylic painting met cultural crafts like curation. Cultural dance came alive with energy. Villages turned into classrooms of creativity, where both rural and urban children learned and grew together. After a lively art session, the children were gathered for a special handicraft distribution. Handicrafts made by them were distributed among the village children. The most touching moment came on 15th August, Independence Day. The school courtyard turned into a stage of celebration. Participant kids performed a cultural dance waving the tricolor. This was more than an exchange. It was the rebonding of soil and soul. The golden word, Sone ki chidiya, that Bharat once was, began to shine again, not in stories of the past, but in the actions and dreams of today's youth. Through Ekal Yuva Udan, the imagination of rural children takes flight and the spirit of Bharat is carried forward into the world of tomorrow.